and then towards the end he started to speak about it a little bit more. What do you think he would be making of this?
I think he's playing it down a bit. I think in a way of, to get into Europe is massive for us. I think for him as well, personally, for what he's come in and done in the short space of time is huge. I think he's playing it down a bit. He was obviously speaking about it when we were in 7th and 8th a few months back. But I think he might want to take the pressure off the players and the club, more or less pushing us to get there, but we still can get there. So I think he's more or less just playing it down. But I think inside he'd be getting the players, he'd be telling them, listen, in the dressing room, we're pushing, we're still going for him. That's what he's like in general, but I think the incentive is to get as high as possible. He will be telling the players, we need to win these games.
And we've seen interviews from people like Dewsbury Hall who've talked a lot about it and been really disappointed in the manner in which we've conceded goals. But it's great to see our players come forward and say that as well, isn't it? For them to have the ambition. It
is. It's nice to see. Obviously, the players will understand more or less they've conceded some sloppy goals. It's good that they're coming out and they're not afraid to say it. They're understanding it. They will say it was their fault. They will be blaming people in the way of we should be doing better. That's good. That's a healthy squad. You want that happen because you know, obviously behind the scenes, you know in the dressing room, if they're coming out and saying that to the press and people, they'd be 10 times worse in the changing room. So I'm happy that I'm hearing them. I'm happy that I know they've got some characters in there that they're not afraid to put their hand up and say, yeah, we've messed up. We should be more harder to beat.
And with the squad, we had that sort of period around January and December where it was a little bit tricky in terms of injuries and AFCON. But as a whole, what have you made of the squad in terms of building to the next season? It feels like we've got quite a solid base now.
You'd say that, but if we get into Europe, I think you need to obviously add a lot more people to it. Obviously, the manager knows, he knows where we are. Europe is massive, the extra more games, mentality as well is hard, so you do need to spend the money. I'm in that way of concern in the way if we do get into Europe, we do need to spend. We do. Is the club ready for that? I don't know. I don't know what money we've got or who we're looking at. I don't know, but if we do get into Europe, we do need to spend and get the reinforcements in. But squad-wise, as we are, obviously 10th, I think that's brilliant. The squad we're building is unbelievable. I think the people we have, the ability what we have in the squad is really good. And I think obviously getting to next year, even if we don't get into Europe, we're still strong. We are strong as squad-wise, and more or less starting 11, I will put us up against majority of the teams in the Premiership. So I'm happy with that, the way the health of the squad is.
And the fact that now that is what our standard is, that we're looking at next season, and even if we don't get Europe, now we're saying, well, why aren't we? That's exactly. Already the standards that we've pushed. Yeah. That's what Moyes wanted to do when he came in, wasn't it?
Definitely, and he's done that. Obviously, we can see the Europe, we can see it, we're hovering around there. It's up to us to push to get into 10 positions. But yeah, even thinking and talking about it is massive. That's what I'm saying. Massive for David Moyes. Massive for the club, but I think more from him coming in to stabilise the club, the way he's moving to a new stadium, just the whole scenario in a short space of time in what he's got us where we are is massive for him, massive.
Yeah. And talking of European nights, I mean, when you look at a stadium like this, that's what this is for, isn't it? To push on to that next level.
It is. Obviously, yeah, the stadium is unbelievable and it'd be great to see, but Everton Football Club, we should be in Europe, we should be in the final stages of the cups in England. So it's just a matter of we should be. It's not in a way just because we've got a brand new stadium, a lovely stadium. We should be in Europe, we should be fighting for the cups, we should be fighting for the league, we should be up there. Hopefully, them times are coming.
Mentioning the cups, unfortunately, not some great memories here against this team. Went out on penalty shootout, of course, but this is a team that we can easily beat, can't we? If we play the way that we expect us to play, this team is here for the taking. Yeah, definitely.
I think being at home as well. I think obviously in the cup game we showed a glimpse of what we can do. We should have went through. We should have played better. But here in the league, we've got the quality. I think. They've sort of plateaued a little bit. I knew that obviously they would some stage in the league, but they've still got quality, still dangerous. But yeah, I think we've got more quality, more ability all over the park, I think. And obviously today in the league, I think we need to grab this. We need to grab this opportunity.
And Sunderland's as well, they're a great reminder of how difficult this league has been this season, because if we were in the positions that we were in the last few seasons, in this season, where teams like Sunderland and Leeds have really improved coming up, you know, we've seen so many teams come up, go straight back down, and Sunderland are the exception of that and have done brilliantly.
Unbelievable, yeah.
It's a sign of how competitive this league is at the moment.
It's a hard league, it is. Obviously people, the teams will come up, the people who are playing it. It is a hard, tough league. The amount of games you're playing, obviously even the higher teams are playing in Europe, so there's a lot of demand. But now, it's not in a way of, it's only Sunderland, it's only Fulham. They're all competitive now. They're really strong team. The league, obviously we've seen over this season, it's literally so compact. There's so many teams, obviously, what can leapfrog in and out. The points is crazy, so close. So yeah, it's not an easy push over, but we need to establish where Everton, where we should be fighting above there now. So we need to obviously understand this is where the club needs to go. We need to push on from these, and obviously these are the games like this what we need to win.
And that anyone can beat anyone goes both ways though, doesn't it? Because yes, we can be looking over our shoulder and can, you know, easily lose points to teams below us, but then you see us against Man City and how easily we could have won that if we just held on. But it's a sign for the future, and that we can go up against any team that's put in front of us.
It is, and at the Premier League, you've got to go up against the top teams. You've got to play, obviously, the teams who are at the bottom, but yet them teams at the bottom are still dangerous. So it is all over the Premier League is just dangerous and hard. That's the same. It's changed in a way of playing styles. Now Sunderland have come up, they've spent a lot of money, and they were flying in the league. They were flying, and they're still a good, solid team. It's obviously, now that we're getting our feet, we're in that, like we say, 10th, it's a good position, but we're pushing, and this is what we need to understand. We need to be beating these teams. City, we had the chance to beat them here. Obviously, it didn't happen, but yeah, we're showing desire, we're showing the capabilities. We've got to put it against more or less, not so much lesser teams, but teams now what are around us. What we're at home, we should be beating these. We should be beating them no matter what.
Do you think that's more of the aim for next season? Obviously we had brilliant away form this season, but to really make this a bit more of a fortress in terms of saying people will be scared to come here.
That's exactly, they've got to be scared to come here, but obviously our home performances have got to show that. They've got to make teams scared of us. At the start of the season, I think we started really well here. Towards the end, in the middle, we sort of dropped off, and our away performance was better. I think that's because obviously we're going away, and we're sitting back a lot more, whereas once you're at home, you've got to go, you've got to break the teams down. They're not sitting back there, you've got to really go for them, and that sort of is, it was a quite mix up in a way of how should we handle it, but obviously they've got an emotion now, they've got to understand what it means to play at home. They've got to change the mentality, they've got to, obviously, no matter what, we will not take defeat. We've got to build what we did at Goodison, like you said, the mentality of it's horrible here. They don't, away fans and away teams do not want to come here because they know what type of game it's going to be.
Yeah, well, we can see both teams in the tunnel now. So in terms of this game in particular, what do you hope we improve on from maybe that Palace game, that City game, that we can bring to this game?
It's not conceding sloppy goals, defending better. Obviously staying in the game is a big one, but obviously we're at home, so we've got to be a bit more expansive, we've got to be a bit more open. We're just, in a way, defending from that has got to be a bit more solid. I think with the players, if we do go forward, we've got the capabilities of beating more or less anyone, I would say, here. But defensively wise, as a unit and as a team, when we're open, a bit more stronger.
Okay, well, for the last time at home, we can throw to Ian Snowden and Dan Griffiths on commentary.
And a very warm welcome to Hill Dickinson Stadium for the last time this season. Everton against Sunderland. Time to perfection as the players walk out onto the pitch, and as is the tradition, there's probably going to be more mascots than players this afternoon here at the stadium. But it's quite nice, Nods, to have a game where there's, okay, we want to get into Europe, but there's no panic, is there?
No, it's great, and to relax, to come here, sunny day, full house. We do want to win the game. It's as simple as that. Every time Everton play a game, you want the team to win, but it's great just to not have any pressure on the last couple of games.
He's got to come on at some point, hasn't he? He's got to come on at some point.
He's got to. Seamus, the legend, Coleman. And he is. Do you know what, Daz? They mentioned some players as legends, and there is some Everton players as legends, but he's right amongst them, mate, for me.
When you consider where he came from
Yeah.
to where he is, Snod, £60,000 from a League of Ireland team, Sligo Rovers, nobody had heard of him. People are saying 60 grand, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If he comes on today, he's in the top 10
We are.
all time,
He's a
statistically, performance-wise.
he's a legend, mate. There's that every time.
Sligo Rovers, performance-wise.
He's a legend, mate. Every
He's in the top 10
we are.
all time,
He's a
statistically, performance. He's in the top 10
we are.
all time,
He's a
statistically, performance-wise.
he's a legend, mate. Every
If he comes on today, he's in the top 10
we are.
all time,
He's a
statistically, performance-wise.
he's a legend, mate. Every
all time,
he's a
statistically, performance-wise.
he's a legend, mate.